Hello ladies and gentlemen and movie lovers of all kind, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am your host Brett Murphy, and for today I have a brand new versus video for you all, and it is going to be the Sonic the Hedgehog movie versus the Super Mario Bros. Movie. So as most of you watching this will likely know, video game movie adaptions are essentially cursed. We virtually never get even half decent ones, let alone good ones. And arguably the two biggest icons in video game history are Sonic the Hedgehog and Mario, or the Super Mario Bros. If you want to include Luigi too. Over the last couple of years, we have gotten multiple movies from both of these famous characters. In 2020, we got the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which was a hybrid live-action animated movie, and just a few short weeks ago, we got the animated Super Mario Bros. Movie. And these two movies somehow managed to beat the odds and break the curse by winning over audiences everywhere. We already have a second Sonic the Hedgehog movie with a third on the way, and we already know that there are now, after the massive runaway success of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, we know that there's going to be sequels and spin-offs and tons of other stuff to come out of it. But for today, we are only going to be talking about that first Sonic the Hedgehog movie and the Super Mario Bros. Movie from Illumination, and not that 90s abomination live-action monstrosity. As per usual with my versus videos, I will be comparing these two things, in this case two movies, across 9 rounds to determine just one winner. Before I hop into the actual versus video itself, I just wanted to let you all know that I have an entire playlist dedicated to all of my versus videos. We are closing in on 100 videos currently on that playlist, so if versus videos are your thing, then be sure to check out that playlist, and I guarantee you'll find something you like. And so without further ado, let's hop right into things. Round 1. Plot. As per usual with this rounds, I am only talking about the base plot alone, not the pacing of the movie or the way that the story plays out or anything like that, just the general, generic, overarching base plot. The Super Mario Bros. Movie is very basic, and exactly what you would expect from a Mario Bros. Movie, being very similar to the plot of the games, although it's not necessarily a bad thing. Whereas this first Sonic the Hedgehog movie actually tried something quite different from its source material. It feels more like a movie rather than just a straight adaptation of Sonic, which works in its favor if you ask me. It doesn't betray the source material by any means, having the character of Sonic being the classic blue hedgehog everyone loves, but instead aim to make the necessary changes needed to carry a feature-length movie without feeling too repetitive. Instead, this first movie decided to take more of a buddy cop road trip comedy angle, and I think it worked extremely well. This round I know is already going to divide people, because a lot of people, like myself, enjoy how the first Sonic movie really diverged from just being a straight adaptation, but other people didn't like that approach. A lot of people liked how the Mario movie just kept things short, sweet, and simple, but then a lot of people wished we got a little bit more from it. For me personally, however, I'm going to be giving this first round to Sonic the Hedgehog. Round 2. Storytelling. In my humble opinion, both of these movies are just about on par when it comes to their storytelling too. Both are short and sweet, well-paced little adventures that are sure to satisfy both kids and adults alike. Neither overstay their welcome or explore any needlessly deep themes that will simply be lost to their target audience. However, I do think that the Super Mario Bros. Movie very much so maintains a breakneck pace with very little downtime. There's always something on the go as we jump from one set piece to another. Sonic stumbles through some pitfalls as it tries to half-heartedly grow the relationships between the characters and add substance that isn't really needed. The Super Mario Bros. Movie never takes its foot off the gas and is an end-to-end thrilling adventure. And of course, with that being said, I'm going to be giving this second round to the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Round 3. Lead characters. I feel that this round is a bit tighter of a race. I was surprised to find just how much I loved both Pratt and Day as the titular Mario Bros. When I was a pretty big doubter early on. Anya Taylor-Joy, too, kills it as Peach. I did find Luigi a little too underutilized at times, as I felt the movie sort of forgot about him for a bit, but the duo of Mario and Peach more than make up for it. The dilemma here, though, stems from my love of Ben Schwartz as the titular blue hedgehog, Sonic. I thought his voice work was phenomenal, as he brought the blue blur to life in a big way, and unlike anyone else could have, in my opinion. He's such a joy to watch on the big screen as he dashes around, making witty remarks and saving the day with his big heart. James Marsden is fine, I guess. He's a pretty stereotypical character. In fact, it's pretty much the exact same character that he played in the far more mediocre movie Hop. But much of his performance is serviceable and amplified tenfold by his relationship with Sonic. And I'll give him credit where credit is due. He's a master at selling the illusion of sharing the screen with a character who isn't truly there. Though I do love Ben Schwartz as a human and as a voice actor taking on the iconic Sonic, and I am a big fan of a lot of James Marsden's work, and like I said, I do have to commend him for making it so believable that he's sharing the screen with a character that was never there while he was acting. But I loved Mario, I loved Luigi, and I love Peach. I decided to go with those three as I feel those are our primary main characters, so this round is going to the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Round 4. Supporting characters. Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik is the only possible reason to even consider Sonic for this round. He's bloody brilliant, and this is my favorite role of his in years. A true scene stealer that gives it his all, and he's arguably even better in the sequel, but regardless, we're still just talking about the first movie here. But the incredible voice cast and the wicked characters from the Super Mario Bros. Movie are very, very hard to beat. Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong, and the biggest standout is Jack Black as the villainous Bowser. When you're reading off a voice cast like that, it is understandable that I struggled with this round. Yes, Armisen, Rogen, and Michael Key aren't in the movie a ton, but Jack Black's Bowser is just so good. I am so torn on this one. But at the end of the day, Jim Carrey is one of my favorite comedic actors of all time, and not to mention, I am a bit biased on this one because he is a good old-fashioned Canadian boy. And this, again, is one of my favorite roles of his in a long time, but I think my love of Carrey is going to outweigh the many power-ups that the Super Mario Bros. Movie threw at me, and this round is going to go to Sonic the Hedgehog. Round 5. Music and Sound. I simply loved the many iconic sounds and music woven throughout the Super Mario Bros. Movie. It gave me those nostalgic feels and made me feel like I was a kid again, but the movie score from Brian Tyler sort of blended into the background and ended up being ultimately forgettable. The Sonic the Hedgehog movie also managed to blend many iconic sounds and classic tunes from the original games. And it's supported by an even bigger, better, and just downright masterful score from the amazing Tom Holkenborg, aka Junkie XL. Yes, I am the type of person that does just in my car or at work listen to movie, video game, and TV show scores, and the Sonic one is damn good. So with that being said, even though I do undeniably adore the fact that so many iconic sounds and musical notes were interwoven throughout the Super Mario Bros. Movie, I'm gonna have to give this round to Sonic the Hedgehog. Round 6. Cinematography, Visuals, Editing. This round gets a bit tricky because one of these movies is fully animated and the other is a live-action animated hybrid. So I'll be considering the cinematography, the animation, the blending of live action and animation, as well as the editing. And when we look at the cinematography, it's already tough. I love the way they brought Sonic's speed to life, and also paid homages to the side-scrolling roots of Mario, as well as the exhilarating and fast-paced excitement of Mario Kart. The big looming castle fortress of Bowser 2 was executed well, the fight between Mario and DK was all kinds of fun and entertaining, and its magnificent world was brought to life with some of the best animation in the business today. Sonic's blend of visuals look excellent on him personally, but some of the other stuff was pretty hit or miss, like Dr. Robotnik's mini robots and other gear and gadgets. The editing on both is superb as they keep up with the pace of the story and the action, it never loses focus on what's important, and they manage to pay homage to their original source materials in big, satisfying, and exceptional ways. Also have to give an extra big shout out to the commitment of the VFX team and really everyone behind the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. After the massive amounts of backlash after that first trailer, they made the decision to delay the movie, throw some extra money at it, and redesign the character, and it paid off in spades as the movie ended up getting a fair amount of money. People loved it, it got a sequel, and another one is on the way, plus a Knuckles spin-off series, and none of that would have been possible if they just said screw it and released the movie as is, so I have to take a second before announcing who won this round to just say, well done. However, with that being said, I'm going to have to stick with my guns on this one, and many people are going to make the argument that an animated movie doesn't have any actual cinematography, but it does. The animators still take direction from a cinematographer. The director themselves still have to jump in and make edits and do this and do that. Like, the same amount of work goes into making something that's CGI or animated as it does to actually being there on set and on location. It's just a virtual camera rather than an actual camera. And seeing the side-scrolling chaos ensue in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, the fight between Mario and DK that was very, very Smash Bros.-esque, having the Mario Kart Rainbow Road sequence, all of it was just amazing, beautiful, stunning. I loved it. So this round is going to the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Round 7. Style, aesthetic, and direction. Hate to break it to you all, but this one is a bit of a no-brainer. The world where Sonic originally comes from is well realized, but the rest is simply set in the real world. I think both the direction of Jeff Fowler and the style brought by the titular Hedgehog and the eccentric Dr. Robotnik are truly wonderful, but it pales in comparison to the many worlds found within the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Between the Mushroom Kingdom, the Dark Lands, the world of the Kongs, Rainbow Road, Bowser's Lair, all of it is breathtaking and truly stands on its own. This video game world, including its locations, power-ups, countless homages, and many characters, have been brought to the big screen in a big way, and in the best possible way. So yeah, this round is definitely going to go to the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Round 8. Source Material Accuracy. So I can basically just repeat everything I just said in the last round. This video game world, including its locations, power-ups, countless homages, and many characters have been brought to the big screen in a big way and in the best possible way, because that's simply the truth. It is a wonder to behold, and I was in awe from start to finish. I can't wait for the sequel, as I am simply chomping at the bit to jump back in and explore even more. Sonic takes a much more generic path, and although once again I do commend them for straying from the source material, when it comes to this round being source material accuracy, yes, there are definitely still elements of that in there, but it's just not quite enough. I do think its sequel tidied things up a little bit by bringing in Knuckles and Tails, as well as teasing more and getting to explore a little bit more with Robotnik and power-ups and things like that. But so much of what made the game so special was left on the cutting room floor. People might consider this round a bit unfair to include, but I mean, when we're talking about video game adaptions, I would be a fool to not include it, and this round is going to go to the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Final round. Memorability. Look, at the end of the day, before I announce who takes this round and the winner who is getting the crown, you must know that I have a major soft spot for both of these movies, and I also loved the second Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I cannot wait to see what comes next for the Super Mario Bros. Movie's world, whether we get a Donkey Kong spin-off or just sequels or a Luigi's Mansion movie, and I cannot wait for the Knuckles show and the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie. I had such little hopes for Sonic and was completely caught off guard by this genuinely pleasant little surprise, with its sequel being just as good. However, the same goes for the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I had zero expectations. I questioned some of the voice cast choices. Illumination can be very hit or miss with their animated offerings, and they had a lot to cover in a short runtime. But instead, this too ended up shocking me by just how much I enjoyed it. I laughed my head off and had a big dumb smile on my face from start to finish. It's a close race to the finish line here, but with how excited I am for more Mario, the fact that it just broke the record for the biggest opening weekend for an animated movie of all time, and just recently, as of the recording of this video, cracked 1 billion at the worldwide box office, and that fans across the world are falling head over heels for it, showering it with praise, and fighting it back against the lashing that critics have been giving it, the choice becomes very clear, as I'm going to have to give this 9th final round and the crown to the Super Mario Bros. Movie. So that is all for today's video, folks. Be sure to let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my winner. While you're at it, don't forget to let me know who you would have chosen to win each round and who your overall winner would have been. If you're a movie lover whatsoever, then my channel is the place to be for you, be it versus videos like this one, ranking videos, top 10s, tier videos, I have it all and so much more, with many exciting new series on the way and almost 800 videos currently on the channel for you to enjoy. So if you enjoyed this particular video, then be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and if any of that sounds like it's right for you and you want to see more from me, then smash that subscribe button right now. While you're at it, don't forget to ring that little bell icon, that way you can be notified about all of my latest uploads. And as always, stay safe, thank you so much for watching, and that's a wrap. Hey you, yeah you, if you made it this far, just know I appreciate you, and while you're here, consider hitting that subscribe button.